Signs of an emotionally immature woman. Are you stuck in this cycle? Have you ever found yourself surrounded by people who just don't seem to get it? Maybe you've noticed certain behaviors in women that leave you shaking your head, questioning their mindset, their decisions, or even the way they view life. But here's the thing. Understanding these signs isn't about pointing fingers or placing blame. It's about protecting your own peace, avoiding unnecessary drama, and making better choices when it comes to relationships. Because trust me, by the end of this discussion, you'll gain a fresh perspective that could change the way you approach love forever. So, before we dive in, be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you're ready to unlock the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Stay with me until the end, because what you'll learn today might just be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. Now, let's get started. Imagine this scenario. You meet someone new in a completely unfamiliar social setting. There's something exciting about her presence. She's charming, fun, and absolutely stunning. At first, everything seems perfect, but then little things start piling up. You notice behaviors that make you pause and question whether she has real emotional intelligence. Not intelligence in the academic sense. No, that's not what we're talking about. We mean the highly valued Stoic qualities of wisdom, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. According to Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, the greatest obstacle to living is expectation, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. This means that the decisions we make today, especially about the people we allow into our lives, can shape our future in ways we don't immediately realize. So, what are the red flags that suggest a woman is emotionally immature? Let's break them down one by one. Sign number 1. She thrives on drama. Have you ever been in a relationship that felt like an emotional roller coaster? One moment, everything is perfect. The next, you're in the middle of a heated argument over something as trivial as a delayed text message. If a woman constantly stirs up conflict, pay attention. Some people, not just women, but men too, seem to crave chaos. Even when there's no real problem, they'll find a way to create one. It's as if they can't function without some form of emotional turbulence. But here's the truth. A healthy relationship is not a soap opera. An intelligent and emotionally mature woman seeks peace, not conflict. She understands that true power lies in maintaining inner calm, not reacting impulsively to minor issues. Think about your past relationships. Have you ever dated someone who always seemed to be picking fights? Maybe she'd get upset if you didn't respond to her messages within 5 minutes. But if you responded too quickly, she'd say you were being too clingy. At first, you might brush it off, but over time it becomes mentally and emotionally draining. Why does this happen? Because for some women, drama equals attention. They've become so accustomed to emotional chaos that peace feels unsettling to them. And before you know it, you're caught in a never-ending cycle of broken hearts and broken promises, convincing yourself that this dysfunction is love. But real love isn't supposed to be exhausting. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So ask yourself, is this really the kind of relationship I want? If someone constantly accuses you of wrongdoing when you've done nothing wrong, it might be time to rethink that connection. If this sounds all too familiar, you're not alone. We've all been there. The key is recognizing the pattern and breaking free before it drains you completely. Have you ever been in a relationship where the drama was completely unnecessary? Drop your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Sign number 2. She never takes responsibility. Let's paint a picture. You're in a relationship and everything seems to be going well. until it doesn't. Maybe it's a minor disagreement, or maybe it's something bigger, like a breakdown in communication. Either way, you try to address the issue rationally. But instead of taking responsibility, she immediately says, "It's not my fault. You should have known better." Sound familiar? If you've ever dealt with someone who always shifts the blame onto others, whether it's her parents, her ex, her boss, or even you know how frustrating it can be. Here's the hard truth. If someone can't own up to their mistakes, the relationship will never move forward. Nobody is perfect. We all mess up. But the ability to recognize mistakes, take accountability, and grow from them is what separates the wise from the foolish. According to Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. A mature woman understands that taking responsibility is a strength, not a weakness. She knows that mistakes are part of life, and instead of blaming others, she apologizes and works on improving herself. But an emotionally immature woman, she clings to a victim mentality. No matter what happens, it's always someone else's fault. And if you stay in this kind of relationship, you'll eventually find yourself carrying emotional burdens that were never yours to bear. Take a moment and reflect. Have you ever been with someone who refused to say, "I was wrong"? How did that make you feel? Did you feel frustrated, unappreciated, or even emotionally drained? If so, you're not alone. A relationship thrives on accountability, and a strong, emotionally intelligent woman isn't afraid to own up to her mistakes. So, here's an important question to ask yourself. Are you willing to stay in a relationship where you're always the one carrying the emotional weight? If your gut is telling you no, it's time to take a step back and rethink things. Sign number 3. She values materialism over character. A woman's true worth is not determined by the opinions of others, but by her actions, mindset, and personal integrity. A confident and self-aware woman doesn't seek constant validation, not from society, not from social media, and not even from you. She knows her value, and she appreciates the love you give her, even when you don't remind her every single day. But an emotionally immature woman, she is never truly satisfied. What she truly craves is an endless flow of public validation, social media likes, extravagant gifts, grand romantic gestures, and constant reassurances. Her happiness isn't rooted in who she is, but in how she appears to the outside world. Now, let's be real for a moment. Have you ever been in a relationship where, no matter what you did, it never felt like enough? Maybe you planned thoughtful surprises, wrote heartfelt messages, or did everything to make her feel special. But instead of appreciating your effort, she seemed more focused on whether others saw it too. She posts about the relationship not because she cherishes it, but because she wants others to envy it. Here's the hard truth. A woman who values materialism over character will drain your emotional reserves faster than you realize. You'll reach a point where you start questioning, do my actions even matter? Am I being appreciated, or am I just a source of validation? If any of this resonates with you, please know you are not alone. Many people find themselves in relationships where they feel more like a provider of admiration than an equal partner. The key takeaway? Set boundaries. A real relationship is a partnership, not a one-sided effort to keep someone entertained and validated. If you've ever dated someone who constantly needed external affirmation because she lacked self-confidence, let me know in the comments below. And if this point made you reflect on your own experiences, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more insights into love, relationships, and emotional intelligence. Sign number 4. She can't handle criticism. Does being in your relationship feel like walking on eggshells? Like every conversation has the potential to explode into unnecessary drama? Picture this. You casually suggest something harmless. Maybe, hey, maybe we should start eating healthier. Suddenly, she gets defensive. Her tone changes. Her emotions flare up. What was meant to be a light-hearted suggestion turns into a full-blown argument. If this sounds familiar, trust me, you're not alone. Some people struggle with any form of criticism, even constructive, well-intentioned advice. Instead of listening, processing, and responding thoughtfully, they take it personally. They get emotional. They may even twist your words and make you feel like the bad guy. At first, you may think, maybe I need to be more careful with my words. But then you realize, it doesn't matter how gently you say something. The reaction is always the same: defensive, emotional, and sometimes even manipulative. This creates a dangerous cycle. Instead of having open, honest conversations, you start avoiding certain topics just to keep the peace. You suppress your thoughts, bite your tongue, and tiptoe around the truth, because you know that no matter what, she'll take offense. Now, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like telling the truth was impossible? When was the last time you tried to help your partner see things from a different perspective, only to be shut down? Here's what Stoic wisdom teaches us. Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." A wise woman understands that growth comes from listening, learning, and evolving. She welcomes constructive feedback because she knows it's meant to help her become better. But an emotionally immature woman, she takes criticism as a personal attack. Ask yourself, does this relationship encourage growth? Or am I trapped in someone else's defensiveness, unable to move forward? If this is something you've experienced, drop a comment below and share your story. And if this resonates with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Sign number 5. She lacks self-discipline. Let's talk about something that isn't discussed enough. Self-discipline. Have you ever dated someone who talked big about their ambitions, starting a business, getting in shape, traveling the world, but never followed through? At first, it might not seem like a big deal. You might even think, she just needs some motivation. I'll help her get there. But then, time passes, and you start noticing a pattern. She talks about goals, but doesn't take action. She makes promises, but rarely follows through. She dreams of success, but refuses to put in the consistent effort required to achieve it. From small things like waking up at a reasonable hour to big things like building a career, she lacks the self-discipline to commit to anything long-term. This isn't about perfection. Everyone struggles sometimes. But when someone constantly makes excuses instead of taking action, it becomes a major red flag. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, once said, "You must build up your life, action by action, and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal." Translation: progress comes from consistent effort, not empty words. A mature, emotionally intelligent woman understands this. She disciplines her mind, takes responsibility for her growth, and follows through on her commitments. But an emotionally immature woman, she talks about success but never actually does the work. And guess what? That lack of discipline spills into the relationship too. If you've ever been in a relationship where you felt like you were the only one putting in effort, let me know in the comments below. It's draining, isn't it? At the end of the day, you have a choice. Stay with someone who inspires growth and ambition, or remain stuck with someone who holds you back. Make the choice that elevates your life. Final thoughts. According to ancient Stoic wisdom, recognizing these red flags isn't about judging others. It's about protecting yourself. A wise man surrounds himself with people who challenge him to be better, not people who drain his energy with endless drama, defensiveness, and emotional instability. So, If this discussion made you reflect on your own relationships, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on love, relationships, and personal growth. And remember, the key to happiness isn't just finding the right partner, it's making the right choices. Thank you for watching.